We're so glad that you could join with us again with Church on the Beach. We'd love to have you. As always, I woke up about 4 a.m. this morning and I lay in bed meditating, and one of the scriptures that came back to my heart was found in Psalm 19. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable unto you, O God. Then my heart and mind began to wander way up to Papua New Guinea, and I was reflecting on a mission trip over 30 years ago. Love to share some of the thoughts of it with you today in this series of Having a Heart of Fire. I'd taken a young man from our church and we'd been in Port Moresby for some time. We wanted to experience living in the village with the people. So the pastor of the church sent us to a remote area down on the coast. In the village there was just one person that spoke a little bit of English. And certainly it was a very primitive situation. And here we were as missionaries, and we needed to relate to these people. Jesus himself, the master of storytelling, communications, parables. He always got down to where the people were, spoke on subjects that they could understand. This village was right on the ocean. I could certainly relate to that. Once we'd been welcomed into that village, we became a part of the community. This gives one access and special privileges to go and to wander wherever they want to go. Every village has their own garden. They grow their own vegetables like cassava, sweet potato, taro, fruit trees such as bananas, pawpaw, and the other food they had was seafood which they got from the ocean. My associate was sure missing the Coca-Cola and the hamburgers. But walking through their garden, the Lord began to speak to me about what to say, and that I want to share with you. Found in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the springs of life. And remember that we are still on the road, looking for hot springs, to have a burning hot heart for God. And the first night of the crusade, I knew that everybody there could relate to their own village garden. And I'm sure that all of us can relate to what I want to say today. The word keep in the Hebrew language has various meanings. The first reference in Genesis chapter 2 verse 15, where God put the man in the garden and commanded him to keep the garden. This would include weeding, watering, watching. I was getting the attention of these village people. Pigs are a prized possession in New Guinea, and of course they had plenty of them wandering around the village. They had to build a fence to keep them out of their garden. The next day we went for a walk along the beach and came across another village. We did not have permission to go into the village. Curiosity drew us nearer and nearer. As we did, men came out from everywhere, standing firm, holding bows and arrows, spears, clubs. No one was coming near their village. We didn't know at the time, but the last missionaries that went their way were beaten up and sent on their way. Getting back to the word keep in the Hebrew language means to guard, protect. In other words, we have the responsibility to guard our heart, to protect it, keep it with all diligence. For out of our heart flow the hot springs of life itself. In the days we're living in, it can be so hard sometimes to keep our heart with all diligence. But God's there to help us. He is a very present help in the time of need. There's nothing wrong with calling out to God, help, I need you today. Help me in the situation where I'm at. I know if you do, He's there. He'll be there to help you. He will really help you through a situation. Ask God to fill your heart with His presence. With His presence comes peace, victory. He'll lift you up and carry you through. So trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And in all of your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. We want God to really bless you.